It's really wonderful to be here. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak. I'm here to talk about We Need to Talk, which is Jewish Federation's Youth Mental Health Initiative. I'm going to provide a little bit of context, then I'm going to go right into the things that all of you can steal, and if we have time, I'm going to show a short video. So our initiative started in 2016 when we did a community assessment, and we surveyed our community and asked them what social services they wanted, and we asked kids what they wanted and what they needed. And what we found is that nearly half of our kids were struggling with sadness, anxiety, and depression. And when we got that data back, I remember it was like getting kicked in the gut, right? It was scary and it was difficult. I also remember thinking that this was a problem that existed in other communities, that it didn't exist in Detroit. And that moment I knew that it really did exist here. And so over the next year we got a work group together and we created a program with 3 pillars. The first pillar is training, the second pillar is education and awareness, and the third pillar is interventional supports. So some of the things that we have done is we've created a website with a lot of different videos of people telling their stories. We've got a consultant in our schools that's helping those schools develop customized youth mental health related programming plans. We have this concept called Fred Talks, which are in-home parlor trainings. We're showing videos. We're bringing well-known speakers to the community. So we're doing all of these things, which is great, but there's 5 key things I think that all of you can learn from, and I know all of you are probably struggling with the same issue that we're having here. This is an issue that exists really everywhere. So what are 5 things you can take back to your community if you're trying to build a youth mental health program or you've already built one and you want to learn a little bit more? The first one, and maybe the most important thing, is you really have to collaborate with all of your partners. And I mean that in the sincerest way possible. You have to bring everyone to the table, have an open meeting, invite all of them to come and participate in this because they're all doing this programming or they're thinking about it or they're working with kids, and so they need to be at the table. So embrace that and truly take it on and do it. In our case, that meant Jewish Family Service was at the table, and BBYO and our camp. We had all of the people that we needed around the table. The second is to invest in training. We identified really early on that we had all of these professionals that were that were camp counselors and teachers and youth group directors, and all of them went into those roles to do those things, but the reality is they needed skills to be therapists and social workers in a way that they've never had to be those things before. And so what we said is we're going to get everyone trained on a combination of Safe Talk and Assist, and that's 850 people in our community. We're getting close to 700 people trained in about a year. And so I would say invest in training, make sure all the people that are engaging with kids have the training they need to identify those who are in crisis and intervene if necessary. The third point is to tell impactful stories. In our case, we've invited kids who've overcome mental health challenges or are going through them to tell those stories. And on We Need to Talk, or WN2T.org, we have a variety of different videos of these kids telling their really impactful stories. And the feedback that we're getting is other kids are seeing those stories and they're saying, thank you, I've had a similar problem. I didn't know anyone else was struggling with this. So it reduces stigma and it makes people feel comfortable that they're not alone. The fourth piece is plan programs for everyone. We knew very early on that what spoke to one person may not speak to someone else. So a big community event may be interesting to someone and they may attend, but someone else may not. And so we're doing a lot of different things. There's no silver bullet. So one example for us are what we call Fred Talks, and that stands for Focus on Resources, Education, and Dialogue. And so what we do is we bring a mental health professional into people's homes, and we encourage them to invite their friends. And we bring in something to drink and some snacks, and we say, you may not go to something else, but maybe you'll go visit your friend that's putting this little event together. And over the course of an hour, we can share education and help parents in many cases learn skills to help their kids attain mental wellness. And finally, measure what you're doing for impact. It's so important to measure everything you're doing to understand what's working and what's not working. And also in many cases, you have to raise money for this program. And so by measuring, we have the data to show that what we're doing has achieved the impact that we wanted to achieve, and we can course correct if things aren't going as well as they should. So I wanted to show you one of our videos. I'm close to being out of time, so I can't, but we're at a table down the hall. I'd encourage anyone who wants to learn more about starting a youth mental health program in your community to come visit with us. Even if you're already doing this work, maybe we can share and there's something you can learn from the work that we're doing, and we can learn from you as well. Thank you.